Let me ask you something. When was the last time you popped last night's dinner into the microwave without giving it a second thought? Maybe it was a plate of scrambled eggs from breakfast, or a few slices of roasted potato, or maybe a bowl of soup that's been sitting in the fridge. We've all done it. And why not? It's easy, it's quick, and it saves time. But here's the surprising truth for seniors. Some of these reheated foods could be slowly working against your body. In fact, certain common reheated meals can upset digestion, trigger joint pain and inflammation, even affect memory, balance, and mental clarity. And what's worse, many seniors have no idea it's happening. It's like an invisible hand quietly pulling down your energy, your mood, and your independence, bite after bite. I know that might sound dramatic, but science backs it up. Studies from sources like the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition have shown that some foods, when reheated, don't just lose nutrients, they actually form harmful compounds. These byproducts can disrupt your gut health, spike your blood sugar, and even inflame your arteries. Now, before you go swearing off leftovers completely, here's the good news. Some foods actually get healthier when you reheat them. That's right. The same process that makes one food worse can actually boost the benefits of another. Imagine turning your fridge into a health ally instead of a hidden enemy. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. We're going to uncover 3 everyday foods that seniors should never reheat and why. But also, 3 foods that you absolutely should reheat because they become more healing, more supportive, and more senior-friendly with each warm-up. And one of them? You've probably had it for breakfast and tossed the leftovers in the trash, never knowing how much it could help your gut, your blood sugar, and your strength just by reheating it once. We'll talk about that soon. But first, I want you to think about your own kitchen habits. What are the foods you reheat most often? Have you ever felt more bloated, tired, or foggy after eating them? If you have, you're not alone. And this next part might change how you look at your leftovers forever. Let's start with a comforting classic, oatmeal. Now, I know a lot of folks enjoy a warm bowl of oats in the morning. Maybe it's topped with some cinnamon, a few sliced bananas, or just a little honey. But here's something most people don't know. If you let your cooked oatmeal cool down and then reheat it later, it actually becomes more beneficial for your body. Why? Because of something called resistant starch. When you cook and then cool oats, part of the starch transforms into a form that doesn't digest in the small intestine. That might sound like a bad thing, but it's actually wonderful news for your gut. Resistant starch feeds the good bacteria in your colon, helping improve digestion and reduce bloating. It also helps stabilize blood sugar levels, which is especially important for seniors trying to manage energy dips or diabetes. And there's more. This cooled and reheated oatmeal has been shown to help lower LDL, the bad cholesterol, while promoting feelings of fullness and satisfaction. So not only is it a cozy, soothing way to start the day, it becomes even better for your health when you enjoy it a second time. Now how about something heartier? Vegetable soup. This is a dish many of us grew up on. Maybe your mom or grandmother made a big pot on Sunday and kept it simmering on the stove through the week. And here's the beauty of it. When you reheat vegetable soup, especially one filled with garlic, turmeric, onions, and carrots, something incredible happens. The cell walls in those vegetables begin to break down just a little more. And that means more antioxidants and minerals are released, making them easier for your body to absorb. This is particularly true with fat-soluble nutrients like beta-carotene and lycopene, both of which help fight inflammation and protect vision, skin, and immune function. And let's not forget the emotional benefit. A warm bowl of soup can feel like a hug from the inside, hydrating, soothing, and deeply familiar. For many seniors, especially those living alone, soup isn't just food, it's comfort. And when reheated, it becomes even more of a healing tonic. And finally, let's talk about a humble grain that's often misunderstood: brown rice. Like oatmeal, brown rice undergoes a similar transformation when it's cooked, cooled, and then reheated. Resistant starch forms, just like before, feeding your healthy gut bacteria and slowing the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. That means more stable energy throughout the day, fewer crashes, and better insulin sensitivity. And there's another hidden benefit for seniors. Brown rice is a good source of magnesium. When reheated properly, it becomes even easier to digest and absorb, supporting your muscles, preventing cramps, and aiding sleep. Here's a practical tip. Pair reheated brown rice with lentils or lightly steamed vegetables for a powerful, senior-friendly meal that's gentle on digestion and rich in nutrients. So here's the surprising takeaway. Not all leftovers are bad news. In fact, when you know what to reheat, like oatmeal, soup, and brown rice, you can actually boost your nutrition while saving time in the kitchen. But, and this is important, there's a dark side too. Because just like some foods get better with a second warm-up, others turn dangerous. In the next part, we'll talk about 3 common foods that many seniors reheat without thinking and why doing so could be slowly sabotaging your health from the inside out. Let's start with a food that's often praised for being light and healthy, mushrooms. Now, mushrooms are full of nutrients, B vitamins, antioxidants, even immune-boosting compounds. But here's the catch. Once cooked, their protein structure becomes delicate, almost unstable. When you reheat mushrooms, especially in the microwave or at high temperatures, their proteins begin to break down in strange ways, forming compounds that are hard for your stomach to digest. That's when bloating, cramping, or even nausea can show up. Even worse, mushrooms are especially vulnerable to bacteria like Listeria or Clostridium botulinum, dangerous pathogens that thrive in improperly stored or reheated food. One quick microwave blast isn't enough to kill them, especially if the food hasn't been evenly heated. So if you've got leftover mushrooms, whether in pasta, pizza, or stir-fry, your best option is to eat them cold or, better yet, cook them fresh every time. It's not worth the risk. Next up is something you might not expect. Eggs. Eggs are a staple in many senior diets. They're rich in protein, easy to prepare, and can be soft on digestion. But once they're cooked and cooled, reheating them, especially in the microwave, can turn them into a health hazard. When eggs are reheated, their fats can oxidize, producing compounds that contribute to inflammation and even damage to blood vessels. Seniors are already more vulnerable to heart issues, so this is a serious concern. In fact, some nutritionists warn that reheating eggs can trigger not just indigestion, but a kind of mental fog, a heavy, sluggish feeling that affects focus and memory. If that's not enough, consider this. Reheated eggs can also become rubbery and unappetizing, which leads many people to mask the flavor with salt or heavy sauces, not ideal for aging kidneys or blood pressure. So what's the solution? It's simple. Cook your eggs fresh and enjoy them right away. If you do have leftovers, say, from a quiche or hard-boiled batch, eat them cold instead of nuking them in the microwave. And now we come to the big one, a nostalgic favorite. One that's in millions of fridges right now, waiting to be tossed into the microwave for a quick reheat: white potatoes. Mashed, baked, roasted, or fried, potatoes are comforting, familiar, and filling. But when you cook them, store them, and then reheat them, particularly in plastic containers, the problems start stacking up. First, reheated white potatoes have a very high glycemic index. That means they can spike your blood sugar, leading to a crash that triggers fatigue, mood swings, and even nerve or joint inflammation. This is especially risky for seniors managing arthritis, diabetes, or neuropathy. Second, many people store cooked potatoes in plastic containers, and when those are heated, especially in a microwave, they can leach harmful chemicals like BPA right into the food. These chemicals have been linked to hormonal disruptions, cognitive decline, and more. Here's the emotional kicker. Potatoes are a comfort food for so many of us. They remind us of family dinners, holidays, and Sunday meals. But unfortunately, when reheated the wrong way, they quietly undermine our health, leaving us tired, achy, and inflamed. So if you love potatoes, that's okay. Just try to eat them freshly made. Or if you must reheat them, do it gently on the stovetop and never in plastic. The bottom line? Some foods simply aren't meant to be given a second life. They change in ways we can't see, turning from nourishment to a burden on your body. But this isn't just about food, it's about how we age and the quiet daily choices that shape our future. And that's exactly where we're headed next. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you thought about how something as simple as warming up leftovers could be affecting your memory, your balance, or even your mood? Most people don't think twice. We're taught to focus on the big things: exercise, prescriptions, doctor visits. But it's these small, quiet decisions made in the kitchen each day that often decide whether we stay strong and independent or start to slip without even realizing it. Here's what science tells us. The way food is prepared, cooled, and reheated can actually change how it behaves in your body. Some foods become stronger allies, rebuilding gut health, calming inflammation, giving you steady energy, and protecting your brain. Others? They turn on you. Reheating the wrong foods can mean digestive distress, joint pain, blood sugar crashes, and even increased oxidative stress, which is a fancy way of saying your cells wear down faster. Think of it like this. Every leftover meal is a second chance, but not all foods deserve one. Reheated oatmeal? It comes back with more power than before, thanks to that magical resistant starch. It helps your gut, balances your sugar, and keeps you feeling full without the crash. Same with soups. The second simmer often unlocks deeper nutrients, turning a humble bowl into a powerful, healing tonic. And brown rice? When cooled and gently reheated, it doesn't just fuel you, it stabilizes you. No spikes, no crashes. Just calm, steady energy that keeps you grounded all day. But mushrooms? Eggs? White potatoes? They betray that second chance. They become less food and more risk. Upset stomachs, clogged vessels, foggy thinking, all from something that looked perfectly fine. And here's the most important part. You get to choose. Every time you stand in front of the fridge with a container in your hand, you have power. You can decide to nourish yourself or unknowingly slow yourself down. Because aging isn't just about how many birthdays you've had. It's about how well you protect the little things, your joints, your memory, your clarity. And that starts with choices as small as pressing a microwave button or not. So the next time you go to reheat something, remember, it's not just food. It's your future on that plate. So now you know, some foods come back stronger when reheated, and others, well, they come back with a vengeance. But this isn't about fear. It's about freedom. You see, making small, thoughtful choices, like which leftovers to warm up, can mean waking up with less brain fog, fewer aches, steadier balance, and more energy to do the things you love. This is about reclaiming your health, not overhauling your life. If you're someone who enjoys a cozy bowl of soup or a hearty helping of oatmeal in the morning, you're already halfway there. Just make sure you're letting those foods cool properly, store them safely, and reheat them gently, preferably on the stove or in the oven instead of a plastic-filled microwave container. Pair your brown rice with fiber-rich veggies or lentils, and you've got a blood sugar-friendly, gut-loving meal that works for you, not against you. On the flip side, it's time to rethink the habit of zapping leftover scrambled eggs or microwaving that plate of mashed potatoes from last night's dinner. They may be convenient, but they don't repay your body in the way you deserve. Because here's the truth, some leftovers rebuild you, others betray you. And the beautiful thing? You're in charge. You get to decide which foods get that second chance in your kitchen and in your body. So I want to hear from you. Type 1 in the comments if you learned something new today, or 0 if it was all old news. No pressure, just be honest. Your voice helps others feel seen, and it helps us create better videos for the whole Rooted Health community. And if this gave you even one useful tip, share it with a friend. Maybe a spouse, a sibling, or a neighbor who reheats their eggs every morning without thinking twice. You might just help them avoid a foggy brain day or worse. Every time you walk into the kitchen and open the fridge, you're not just choosing what to eat, you're choosing how you want to feel. Will this meal leave you sharper or sluggish? Will it help your joints move freely or leave you stiff and inflamed? It's easy to underestimate the power of a leftover. After all, it's just food from yesterday, right? But for seniors especially, yesterday's food can shape tomorrow's strength. A simple bowl of reheated oatmeal can nourish your gut, support your heart, and steady your sugar levels, all while wrapping you in the warmth of comfort and routine. A plate of reheated soup can do more than fill your belly. It can reduce inflammation, hydrate your body, and stir up memories of family dinners and cozy Sunday nights. But a plate of reheated mushrooms or microwaved eggs? That might mean an upset stomach, foggy thinking, or a restless night's sleep. These aren't just leftovers. They're choices. Tiny, powerful choices that either build up the version of you who's energetic, clear-minded, and steady on your feet, or chip away at it, bite by bite. And here's the good news. You get to choose. Every time. So the next time you open the fridge and see that Tupperware calling your name, pause. Ask yourself, is this a food that rebuilds or one that betrays? That one question can change everything. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Rooted Health, your trusted space for natural, down-to-earth health guidance made just for seniors. And remember, you are not powerless. Not even close. Your health isn't just about the big stuff, surgeries, medications, diagnoses. It's in the little things, like what you choose to reheat. And in that way, every bite is a fresh chance to feel better, move better, and live better. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay rooted and stay well.